Good morning to all. My name is Elvie Hernandez, a news anchor of Global News Network, to bring you the breaking news for today. Welcome.
A cold March wind whipped through the streets of The Hague, Netherlands, as the world watched a historic moment unfold. Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte arrived under heavy guard at the International Criminal Court Detention Center. The date was March 11, 2025. This marked the first time a former Asian head of state was extradited to face charges at the ICC. Duterte, known for his fiery rhetoric and defiant stance, remained uncharacteristically subdued during the extradition process. However, just hours before leaving Manila, he addressed the Philippine public, defending his controversial war on drugs as a necessary measure to combat crime and protect the nation. The ICC's arrest warrant paints a starkly different picture. It accuses Duterte of crimes against humanity, specifically murder, for his role in orchestrating and overseeing a brutal crackdown on suspected drug users and dealers. The charges are linked to thousands of extrajudicial killings carried out during his 6-year presidency. Duterte's war on drugs, a signature policy initiative launched at the start of his presidency in 2016, has been condemned by human rights groups worldwide. The campaign, ostensibly aimed at eradicating illegal drug use and trafficking, quickly escalated into a bloody crackdown that left thousands dead. Duterte's government maintained that the majority of those killed were drug suspects who died in legitimate police operations. They argued that these individuals resisted arrest and posed a threat to law enforcement officers. However, human rights organizations and independent investigations have disputed this narrative. Evidence suggests that many of the killings were extrajudicial executions carried out by police officers and vigilantes operating with impunity. Victims were often from impoverished communities, and there were credible allegations of widespread due process violations, torture, and summary executions. The ICC's investigation, launched in 2018, focused on the systematic and widespread nature of the killings, alleging that they were part of a state-sanctioned policy implemented under Duterte's direct command. The charges against Duterte mark a significant moment of accountability for the victims and their families, who have long sought justice. The human toll of Duterte's war on drugs is staggering. While the Philippine government's official death toll stands at around 6,000, human rights groups estimate the true number to be significantly higher, potentially reaching tens of thousands. These numbers represent not just statistics but individual lives cut short. Sons and daughters, fathers and mothers, friends and neighbors. Their deaths have left a void in countless families and communities, fueling a cycle of grief, trauma, and fear. Beyond the immediate victims, the war on drugs has had a chilling effect on Philippine society. The climate of fear and impunity has eroded the rule of law, undermined democratic institutions, and silenced dissent. Journalists, activists, and human rights defenders who dared to criticize the government's policies faced threats, intimidation, and even violence. The case against Duterte at the ICC is not just about holding one man accountable for his actions, it is about addressing a systemic failure of justice and sending a clear message that extrajudicial killings and human rights abuses will not be tolerated. Section 4. A milestone for global justice. Duterte's extradition to The Hague marks a watershed moment for the International Criminal Court and its pursuit of global justice. Established in 2002, the ICC is a court of last resort, intended to prosecute individuals for the gravest crimes of concern to the international community: genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and the crime of aggression. Duterte's case is only the third time the ICC has detained a sitting or former head of state. The court has faced criticism in the past for its perceived inability to hold powerful figures accountable, particularly those from countries outside of Africa. The successful extradition of Duterte, despite the Philippines' withdrawal from the ICC in 2018, sends a powerful message that even those in positions of power are not above the law. It reaffirms the principle of complementarity, which underpins the ICC's jurisdiction. This principle holds that the ICC will only step in when national courts are unwilling or unable to prosecute individuals for the most serious international crimes. In Duterte's case, despite domestic investigations and legal challenges, the ICC determined that the Philippine justice system was unable to deliver justice for the victims of the war on drugs. Section 5. Awaiting justice. Inside Duterte's detention and upcoming trial. Duterte is currently being held at the ICC Detention Center in The Hague, a facility designed to ensure the humane treatment of detainees while they await trial. The center provides basic amenities, including access to medical care, legal counsel, and recreational facilities. Duterte's legal team has already begun preparing his defense. They are expected to argue that the ICC lacks jurisdiction over Duterte because the Philippines withdrew from the Rome Statute, the treaty that established the court, in 2018. They may also challenge the admissibility of the case, arguing that domestic remedies have not been exhausted. The upcoming trial, which could take months or even years to commence, will be closely watched by the international community. It will likely involve complex legal arguments, harrowing witness testimonies, and intense scrutiny of the evidence against Duterte. The outcome of the trial remains uncertain. However, regardless of the verdict, Duterte's case has already set a precedent for holding powerful figures accountable for their actions and for upholding the principles of international justice.
Thank you very much for watching. I am Gina Lopez requesting you to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will notify you for the next one. Again, this is Global News Network bidding you goodbye. See you soon.